All right, we're back with another video, and this is gonna be about just F1 news. I mean, I feel like a lot's going on since my past video, so there's a lot to talk about. Some breaking news today. Oh, don't get it twisted. I do not like McLaren. I just have the shirt. I don't know why I have the shirt, but yeah, I don't like McLaren. So disregard that. Just okay. So the last video I left off was my Japanese predictions. We're not gonna go too much into how my predictions went. I don't think it went that well. Actually, no, I think I got Antonelli to win, but we're just gonna talk about the teams and just what's been going on. So, obviously, the Bahrain and Saudi Arabia Grand Prix is canceled because of the war, but there still is so there's like a month in between where there should be races, but there's a break. And this is very key for a lot of teams because they're using this break to farther develop their cars, because a lot of teams are very, very behind. And I'm going to start off with just talking about, I actually wanted to cover a few things about the Japanese Grand Prix. So during the Grand Prix, Ollie Behrman, he drives for Haas, he had a big crash with Colapinto because of the new regulation energy output. So basically what happened was Colapinto was harvesting energy, so like on the straight, so he was downshifting on the straight to have more energy, and Behrman was deploying his energy. So there was a big difference in speed. I think Behrman was, and then Behrman just like closed up on Colapinto so fast, and it was just like you didn't realize it, so he like swerved and crashed. So this is due to the new regulations where there's a thing called super clipping, where the car loses power on the straight because all the energy is deployed, because now the engine or the car is 50% electrical, so the car runs out of battery on the straight, so it forces drivers to slow down and downshift basically to get that energy back for the next straight. So it's very unnatural. People don't like it, and I don't like it, especially because it's not real racing, or it's not like what a Formula 1 car should be. You should not be slowing down on the straight so you can have more energy. That's just not how I think Formula 1 should be. But the FIA is meeting with all the teams and drivers over this break to tweak the regulations, I guess, a little bit. And I think they did. I think they're going to they're gonna try to improve it. I think they're realizing that, because at first it was just like the drivers didn't like it, but now it's also like a safety hazard. So they are trying to fix it, I think, and there's been talks about going back to a V8 engine. So I'm hopeful that comes true. So I think the racing will be way better. So yeah, that's just about the racing and the regulations right now, where it's at. Antonelli is leading the Formula 1 World Championship. I couldn't be a happier person for this, because as long as George Russell is not winning, I really, don't care who it is, unless it's like Norris or something like that. But I'd much rather have, because I actually like Antonelli, so I'd much rather see him winning and being in front than George. The Mercedes is just too dominant. I mean, that car is, or that engine and the car is really, really good. We're gonna talk. This is gonna be a lot about Red Bull, because we have a lot of things to uncover, and especially the news that came out today. So we're gonna start with number one, their car. The Red Bull Ford engine is apparently the second best engine. Like, they're very close behind Mercedes. So this is important. This is bad actually for them, because one, that means their car is really, really bad. Like, their chassis is really, really bad. They gotta fire what's his name, Wache or whatever, Pierre Wache, the technical director or whatever. Because what in the world? You have the second best engine in a regulation where the engine is like the most important thing, and you still find a way to mess it up and be honestly the 5th fastest team right now. Maybe even the 6th fastest, I don't know. Verstappen's like overdriving the car like crazy. But yeah, that car is terrible. Verstappen cannot be getting out in Q1 or in Q2. That car is just ridiculously bad. Also having the second best engine, I mean, they won't even qualify for, because there's like the FIA implemented like a threshold where if your engine produces this much speed or this much horsepower, you don't get extra benefits, I guess. So Red Bull actually does not qualify for those benefits because their engine is actually really good. It's just their car. So they won't even get the extra benefits, which they clearly need. So that's bad. The car's overweight. I'm gonna talk about, so the car's overweight, so that just doesn't make things even better. They are, unlike other teams, bringing a lot of weight reduction upgrades coming soon, like before the summer break for sure. I know McLaren, I know Red Bull and McLaren for sure are bringing upgrades. I'm sure that that's just off the top of my head. The other teams I don't know, or I know that other teams are, but I don't know what specific teams are besides Red Bull and Ferrari. I mean Red Bull and Ferrari is also bringing upgrades. Red Bull, Ferrari, and McLaren, I know for sure, are bringing upgrades to reduce the weight of their car, or just like bring upgrades. But Red Bull won't have their car at the minimum weight until 2027, which is very important. The weight of the car is very is very important and correlates a lot to the performance. An overweight car, even by 10 kilograms, it makes a huge difference in performance. So we'll see if these teams can turn it around and close the gap to Mercedes. I'm sure they can and will, unless Mercedes keeps improving and they bring upgrades of their own. But as of right now, they're just too fast. I want to give a shout out to Alpine. What a turnaround! Especially, I'm very happy for Pierre Gasly. I'm one of his biggest fans. Like, I love Pierre. So it makes me happy seeing him do well. And he expects that they could even be near the McLarens and the Ferraris post summer break. I don't know how realistic that actually is, but that's way more confidence than he's had, and way more positive things he had to say about the car than he has the past couple of years where they've been at the back. So it's kind of like a feel good story for McLaren or for Alpine, and I'm excited for if they can challenge even more, because they are faster than Red Bull right now. So I see all the memes on Instagram and TikTok. It's like Verstappen, and then it's like some meme, and then like Gasly's faster than you, or Alpine is like that. Like it's like, oh no, McLaren and Ferrari got hands, or I'm supposed to be fighting McLaren Ferrari, and it's like, oh shoot, Alpine has hands or something like that. Gasly is like, he's 4-0 Verstappen in qualifying this year, so yeah, that just shows you how bad the Red Bull is. And this has led to real possibility of Max Verstappen retiring from Formula One. We know that, he says that he's closer to ending his career, or like he's more than halfway through, and we know that he, doesn't need to chase 8 world championships. He's perfectly fine leaving the sport right now, and the motivation just doesn't seem to be there right now. Motivation's low because the car is bad. I mean, they just don't look competitive. He doesn't like driving the cars, and that's just not like, it's just not something he enjoys doing right now. So he said that, like, if he doesn't enjoy it, then why is he doing it? That's perfectly reasonable. Like, I wouldn't want to do something I didn't want to do. So if he retires, I mean, it's sad, for me, for the sport, but he's gotta enjoy it. So it's not, Formula One is not what it used to be. So they need to make changes, or there's a real threat of Max Verstappen leaving Formula One, and just switching to WEC, so in endurance racing. So yeah, I think they do need to make a change. At least just try something to make the racing better. And I think that'll do a lot for the sport. And another thing that's probably gonna make him retire even more. This was just in the day. His race engineer, GP, that's been with them since he got to Red Bull, I think, or probably, I don't know, close to when he got to Red Bull, is leaving no later than 2027 to go to McLaren. So that's very surprising. I think that Max Verstappen did say in an interview in 2021 that if GP leaves, he's gone too, or like if GP is gone, I'm gone, something like. So that could fuel the retirement speculation. I really do think there's a real chance that Verstappen does retire soon. Like, it's a real possibility. McLaren or GP, it's just like the wheels falling off of Red Bull. It's like a completely new staff now. No one, like, the only person I know that's still there is the race engineer, or the strategist, Hannah Schmidt, and Max Verstappen, and that's it. Like, from the engineers to the mechanics to, everybody, head mechanic, chief mechanic, or, everyone's left. It's just a whole new team now. So the wheels are really falling off Red Bull right now. So they got to get their act together, or they're at risk of being really just not competitive in the future, and especially in this regulation. Yeah, I mean, that's really all the news for... Oh, big news. Esteban Ocon is... I'm hoping Esteban Ocon just gets thrashed by Behrman this year. Because he's already underperforming. The team principal for Haas, Saru Komatsu, has expressed real interest in Mr. Tsunoda. So, if for those who don't know, Haas tried to sign Tsunoda at the end of 2024, but Red Bull blocked him from leaving the program. So, there could be a real possibility that they could go back to Tsunoda because, one, Haas is backed by Toyota, which is a Japanese company, a Japanese car manufacturer. That's their main backing, and obviously they want a Japanese driver in the car. So, and Haas has already expressed interest in Tsunoda before, so there has been rumors that Tsunoda could sign for Haas in 2027, 2027. So I'm super excited. I'm really hoping he signs or gets back on the grid. A lot of people think that he should be back. His team principal said, or the Red Bull team principal, Laurent Mekies, says that he should be back on the grid. I'm hoping for my Formula One hopes and dreams that, he signs for a team for 2027. He has competition for that seat, though. Obviously, Esteban Ocon, if he picks up his form, there has, he could stay. There's Jack Doohan, the reserve driver. People have been linking them to that seat, and Liam Lawson, actually, because obviously he was already dropped by Red Bull. I don't think he has a chance of going back there, but he's back at the junior team right now, and Red Bull would not want someone that they don't think could go to Red Bull to be in one of their junior seats. So I think they are going to promote Solov from Formula 2 if he has a good season, or what's his name? Actually, no, not him. I was gonna say Alex Dunn, but I remember what he did in Australia. So his Formula 1 hopes and dreams are gone. But there's a good chance Nicolas Solov gets the call up to Racing Bulls next year, and Liam Lawson does not have a seat. He's actually doing pretty well this year, so there is a good chance that he just signs with another team. But the market is going to be very, very interesting this and next year, where these drivers are going to go, because you got a lot of expiring contracts. Retirements are due up. Hamilton, Alonso, Verstappen, even the two Ferrari seats. Obviously, one's probably going to will go to Behrman when one opens up. But Leclerc, if he's been at Ferrari too long with no results, and he's the second best driver. So we'll see. there's been links of Verstappen to McLaren. It came out that Zach Brown has tried to sign Verstappen last year. Tried to sign Verstappen last year, but there's no chance he goes to McLaren. I just just go to Mercedes. I think you'd just rather go to Mercedes. For one, he doesn't like Zach Brown. I just don't think the McLaren, because McLaren don't they don't want to have a number one driver. So Max Verstappen, he's gonna want to be, I'm not sure if they would just, I'm sure they would try to at least implement a number one driver rule at McLaren, but they're known for not having number one drivers. But it's Max Verstappen. I mean, you gotta make an exception. But at Mercedes, he'll be the number one driver. Toto would easily kick George to the curb for Max. He's getting beat by Antonelli right now. I want to see. Here's the deal with Antonelli. I'm going to talk about the championship, the drivers' championship right now. And this will be the last thing. Verstappen, or not Verstappen. The only people in contention right now, as it seems right now, is Antonelli and Russell. That's it for the drivers' championship. Their car is too good for anyone else to contend, at least at this moment right now. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Antonelli has a lot. He has a lot of promise, obviously, but people, and I like Antonelli. I'm an Antonelli fan. I think people forget how bad he was the middle part of the season last year. He was awful. I mean, he was only a rookie. Yes, he was only 18 years old. But I need to see Antonelli. I need to see him be more consistent over the course of the whole season, rather than just a couple of races here and there, a stretch. Because the first 4 races last year, he was superb. He was really good. But then he got to the European races, and he fell off a cliff. So I need to see more consistency over the course of a whole season from Antonelli before I start saying he can win the world championship. Because we know Russell was consistent. We know he's not gonna, fall off in the middle of the season. But so I still would say George Russell is gonna win the Formula One World Championship. Antonelli does have the speed, though. He's proven to beat George. So he has that going for him, and I hope he does. I hope he does. I do not want George Russell to win the World Championship. So I'm hoping he can find that consistency. But I do need to see 5 or 6. I need to wait 5 or 6 more races, or maybe even till the summer break, before I start really saying Antonelli can win the World Championship this year, at least. Because we know he's capable of, winning races and putting in good performances. He's shown that. But can he do it over the course of the whole season is a real question. So we'll see. I'm hoping he does. But here's another thing about Antonelli. Netflix and just Formula One, the Formula One admins on Instagram are trying to push the Antonelli narrative so much. They're trying to make Antonelli like the next like big thing. Like it's so easy to tell, especially if you watch Drive to Survive. It's so easy to tell that they're trying to push the Antonelli narrative so much. They think. Here's the thing. Antonelli, you could argue he wasn't even the best. He's not the best sophomore driver right now. You can easily say Behrman and Hadjar are better than Antonelli, and that just wouldn't be ridiculous at all. Even Bortoleto is like close to Antonelli, because and I know they're just trying to make Antonelli seem like he's like a superstar, but he's not a superstar yet, or he's a rising star, but he's not like, he hasn't separated himself from other rookies last year, like Behrman and Bortoleto even, and Hadjar. Like, there's not that big of a gap between all of them, and you could argue that Behrman and even Hadjar and Bortoleto are even better than Antonelli. So I really do think like they're pushing it too hard. Like, people that don't watch Formula One would probably think Antonelli is like Max Verstappen type prospect. He's got the youth on his side. He's only 19 years old. The other drivers, like Behrman's 20, Hadjar's like 21, Bortoleto's 21. So he is the youngest out of all of them. But is he the best? I don't think so. Actually, I actually think Behrman is better, and I don't like Behrman, but I had to like look at it like facts. Like, Behrman is better than Antonelli. Hadjar, you could say, is better than Antonelli. He was better than Antonelli last year. Bortoleto, I would say Antonelli is better than Bortoleto, but I would say Bortoleto is not that far off actually from Antonelli. He's just Antonelli's in a Mercedes, so he's gonna get that look from like Formula One admins and drivers trying to push him because he's in a competitive car, but the other drivers are not. So even though Hadjar's in the Red Bull isn't that good this year. So I think they're trying to push the Antonelli narrative too much. Like, he's like a superstar already. He's not. He's winning the World Championship, yes, and he's doing way better this year. Way better this year. To beat George Russell, to be beating George Russell right now, that means you're good. But to be at this level of glaze, I really have to say, they are glazing the hell out of Antonelli right now. He needs to show more. He isn't, he's talked up more than what he's proven right now, I guess. But I guess they're trying to like trying to portray him as the next Formula One superstar. One, he is not Max Verstappen. He's not a better prospect than Max Verstappen was. He wasn't a better prospect than Charles Leclerc, I would say. I'd say Charles Leclerc was a better overall prospect than Antonelli. It's only because Antonelli went straight to Mercedes. Like, all these other drivers went to a low team, a back market team before they went up to a top team. But Antonelli gets special treatment because he went to Mercedes right away. And they were saying last year there was not, which is not too long ago, last season, 6 months ago, at the end of the summer break, there were some serious talks about if Antonelli should stay at Mercedes. That's how bad he was doing. And I know I'm seeming like an Antonelli hater right now. I want him to succeed, like 100%, I like him. I want him to succeed. But I guess it's just frustrating that people are talking him up more than he actually is. But I want him. But I want Antonelli to prove that he's on that level. Like, I want him to prove that he's a superstar, rather than people talking him up to be a superstar and him not being there. I guess that's the part that frustrates me. I want him to prove that he could be there, rather than people just saying he's there because he's in a Mercedes, so he's obviously going to be winning races. Because he's only competing with George Russell. And George Russell had a lot of problems the last race. In China, he had a lot of problems. In Suzuka, he had a problem in qualifying or something like that. So, you just never know. And Antonelli got lucky in Japan. With the safety car. Because his start was terrible. He lost like 7 places at the start. But, besides that, Antonelli is still good. Just not... He's not there yet. He's not what people are saying him to be. Like, if you were to turn on Formula One news, or, you know, if this is your first season watching Formula One, you'd think Antonelli is like the next big thing. Like, you think like he's like a top 3 driver right now. He is nowhere. He's not a top 6 driver. I'd say he's not better than... I can name a lot of drivers better than Antonelli, actually. Verstappen, Norris and Piastri, Hamilton, Leclerc, Russell. That's 6. I'd say Sainz better than Antonelli. Behrman. You can argue Hadjar, and you can argue Sainz, or you can argue you can even argue Gasly. No, Gasly's better. You can argue Albon, and that's like 10 drivers already. That's like either they're better, or you can argue that they're the same or better than Antonelli. So, because I see all these fangirls on TikTok and Instagram, and all these people saying Antonelli, all blah blah blah. He's been impressed. He's definitely improved from last year. I want him to prove more before, you know, people start talking him up like this. So, yeah, that's it. I was long, 30 minutes. I was way longer than I wanted it to be. Yeah, that's just... I'll do another video. Probably won't make another video for a long time. Probably until the next race. Unless something like big comes out, some big news or something like that. So yeah. Alright, see ya.